This is the jury in OJ's case saying then the Rodney King case that they're talking about was that the police officers who had beaten Rodney King were acquitted. They moved the trial. It was stinky. And then there were riots in the wake of those acquittals. And that this woman, the suggestion is that she's saying black Los Angelenos said, oh, do you like it when we flip the tables on you? It's not like OJ had been a favorite of the black community. He was kind of seen as a sellout. But in this case, black America lined up for OJ Simpson to give what they thought was injustice in their system, give white America a taste of their own medicine. Okay, but what does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with today? OJ Simpson, it's not just old, it's dead. He's dead. Well, here's one. Aha. So, question, has Donald Trump committed serious federal crimes? Among all Americans, this is a good poll, 53% say yes, 36% say no. Among Republicans, 67% say no, and 21% say yes. My point here is it's not race, it's not just race that makes people tribal and line up and stick together on stuff and change the way they think about things. A lot of those Republicans who are siding with Trump are doing it for the same reasons that a lot of black Americans acted that way about OJ. Maybe they don't think Trump is innocent, but they are going to stick with their guy and they're going to line up over there. So there's how some groupthink works when it comes to criminal justice in America.
Stirewalt breaks it down. Amisha, you got any?
I did not see the flip that was about to come, so kudos to you on that. I do think that there's a lot to be said about the backdrop of that trial when you're looking at, just a few years out of the LA riots, the Rodney King issue, years upon years of police brutality that was incurred in LA. And we're irrespective to the Rodney King issue. Black people knew that this was happening for a very long time, and the police officers always got off. Remember, there was no body cams, there were no trainings, or we did not have Black Lives Matter, we didn't have social media. This was happening regularly, and nobody was saying anything. So I do think that there was a vitriol towards LA police.
Very quickly, one supplement or friendly amendment to your breakdown is that...
You got an amicus brief coming up.
The racial overtones and undertones within the trial, the Mark Furman, the use of the N-word, and the way that the defense team framed that the police were setting up OJ because he was black. And Judge Ito, I think, let a lot of that in. And so it wasn't just because black folks were feeling like this was reverse justice, it's our time. They had a lot of racial stuff to deal with within the four corners of that courtroom.
Mark Furman's book, he did interviews for a book where he used the N-word, said all kinds of things. And once that was out, and I think that only intensified those other feelings. I think that's exactly right.
On Trump?
Which part?
And the tribalism among Republicans.
Tribalism.
There was a flip to Trump there.
Yes,
and sort of feeling like he's our guy.
It goes back to the weaponization argument that Republicans continue to make, that there's the weaponization by the FBI, by the DOJ, by alphabet soup against Republicans and certainly against Donald Trump. Every time there was an indictment, people always used to say, oh, they're against Donald Trump. Oh, there's a sugar high. His polls will come back down. They never did. It only made him stronger in the primary.
I bet you 20 years from now, when we do this same poll about Republicans' views of whether or not Trump committed crimes, that number isn't 21%. I bet it will happen
2x or 3x, like where the white black vote broke down.
Well,
we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.